can sit back and say, well, I had a shot. Maybe I can get it done. See, that's how I look at life. I know we all belong or find who we are in this baseball world. But I know who I am. Do you know who you are? Do you want to be that one that criticizes? Do you want to be that one that somebody hits for you? Do you want to be the one that stay home? Do you want to be the one that just sits in the stands? See, there's something for all of us in a baseball game. Who are you? See, there's no excuse for success, only failure. See, you don't find anybody having some excuses because they're successful. See, excuses are words of incompetence that build monuments to nothingness, and at the end of the day, those who use them very seldom accomplish anything. So, no excuse for success, only failure. So find yourself who you are, what you are, where you are. Strive to be the best that you can be. Challenge yourself every day to be something special. Give up on all those things that would lead you in the wrong direction. Be the captain of your own ship. Drive your own ship. Do what you need to do to be successful. Now is an opportunity to ask me whatever you think you need or want to ask me. And I'll see you back then. Yes.
Good evening, sir. I'm Anthony LeBoy. I'm in the Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management program here in Morrisville. And would you be able to give us an example of a risk or something that you had to give up in order to achieve your goals?
Can I give you an example of a risk or something that I had to give up to achieve my goal? I had to give up my friends. I had to give up my negative friends and their negative behavior and their procrastination and all those things that were leading me in the wrong direction, hanging out with the wrong people, doing the wrong things. And that was huge for me because friends are very important to a lot of people. And you have to find a friend that is trying to plant themselves and trying to grow, who's trying to do what you want to do and help you along the way. So one of the most important things that I had to make the sacrifice for is negative friends, negative behavior. And once I've done that, I was able to achieve my goals and live my dream in life. Good question.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, that's amazing. Did I answer everybody's question? Gotta be something. Somebody needs to know how fast at 40 I am, how fast I run 100. Way back there.
What's your biggest source of inspiration? Like,
Who inspired me the most? Who's my biggest inspiration? Who inspired me? Well, I tell you, my Hall of Fame speech. And if you probably haven't heard it, I suggest that you might Google it because they have said that it was the best speech in Hall of Fame history. So if you want to know a little bit about Floyd Little, you just go to Hall of Fame speeches and you type in my name, and boy, I tell you what, you're going to walk away and say, man, who is that guy? So you talk about who inspired me. Let me just share with you that I was a strong, and then I said in my speech, I was a strong and angry man in school. I had lost my dad when I was 5 years old. As I mentioned, I was very, very strong for my age and my weight. And I used my strength in ways that became my weakness. And I was kicked out of school after having an altercation with a student and 2 teachers. And the student's dad. And was undefeated. And they kicked me out of school. See, I was thrown out of school for my behavior, rightfully so. I had no business striking people. And no one has any reason or right to strike anybody. But I said that I was a strong and angry young man, and I used my strength in ways that became my weakness. And I got kicked out of school. And then I had a vision from my late father when I was sitting on the curb. And he came to me and he said, Floyd, I've chosen you to take my place, to do what I could not do, and to finish what I couldn't finish. See, that's when I came to myself and I begged my way back in school. And there was a teacher named Robert Schreck, who was an English teacher, 7th grade. He went to bat for me to help me back in school. And from that day forward, I started my journey as a leader in all that I did, and I never looked back. Robert Schreck was an English teacher, 7th grade at Troop Junior High School. That was my hero. That got me back in school. To be able to be here with you today, to be able to reach the levels of success during my life, trying to thank him for helping me get off the streets and become somebody and help my family, who all had gone on to college after me, and I was the first one. So he was my inspiration. That's a good question. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
What was it like to get inducted with Jerry Rice and Emmett Smith?
What was it like to get inducted into Pro Football Hall of Fame with Jerry Rice and Emmett Smith?
Yeah.
There was a guy named John Randall there as well. There was the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dick LeBeau, and Russ Grimm, one of the Hawks, and Ricky Jackson, linebacker for the New Orleans Saints. That's the first Hall of Fame inductee. What was it like getting inducted? I tell you what, there's nothing like standing there before you to understand that out of the 257 or 260 Hall of Famers in its history, my number is 257. Jerry Rice, John Randall's 258, Jerry Rice is 259, Emmett Smith is 260. And of all of the Hall of Famers, there's only 58 of us still standing. We lost 2, John Mackey and Al Davis this year. So there's 256 Hall of Famers still alive. And of that 256 Hall of Famers still alive, 30 of them are owners, coaches, and contributors. So there's actually only 120 of us. So to be included in that exclusive group of great athletes, it's unbelievable. Nothing can compare with being in the Hall of Fame with the greatest pro football players ever to play in the National Football League. And I'm one of them. That's incredible. So it's hard to describe, but I can tell you a couple things that happened. You know, I went to school with Joe Biden at Syracuse, so he invited me to the White House and gave me a tour and places where nobody ever been. So being inducted into the Hall of Fame and having a tour of the White House by the Vice President and your classmate, only to be overshadowed by me getting the athletic center at Hill House High School that I went to. They named the athletic center after me. Now there's a lot of busts in Canton, 267 are busts in Canton. But I would like to know how many of those guys got their name on a building. And to see your name, Floyd Little Athletic Center in New Haven, the largest athletic center in New England, carrying your name. Boy, being in the Hall of Fame is one thing. Having your name on the building is something entirely different. So, your question was fantastic. Jerry Rice is a super guy. Very humble. If I called him up and said, Jerry, I want you to come to Morrisville with me and speak, if he was available, he'd be here. That's the kind of guy Jerry Rice is. Emmett, Emmett's he's a Hollywood guy, you know. So he's not like Jerry Rice. He's dancing with the stars. He's always dancing. But Emmett's a pretty good guy. I mean, they say our class is the best in the Hall of Fame. So I'm glad to be a part of that class, be a part of those great athletes.
We can take one more question.
That's it.
What was it like to wear number 44 at Syracuse?
What was it like to wear number 44 at Syracuse? Well, you all probably saw the movie The Express.
Yep.
A lot of you don't probably know that I came here as a defensive back. And the guy who's negotiating the CBA for the NBA, Billy Hunter, was the running back. And we had a controlled scrimmage. Coach, you can appreciate this. We had a controlled scrimmage the week before our opening game. And I was the second team offense, first team defense. And we had a 20-play controlled scrimmage where I carried the ball 8 times in that 20-play controlled scrimmage for 8 touchdowns, 80 yards each. And the coach said, I think we may have this guy playing out of position. So the first game that we played in Archibald, like you saw the movie, The Express, when the coach gave Ernie the number 44, he gave me the number 44 and says, you're going to start with Jim Nance at tailback. And I wasn't prepared because I was prepared defensively to play. And it just so happens that one of the greatest running backs, a Hall of Famer, Gale Sears' team was coming to town. And he said, Floyd, you're going to go up against Gale as our tailback. Let's see what you can do. I scored 5 touchdowns. Gale don't score any. And it's been that way ever since. And, I've had a great time wearing the number 44. I enjoyed wearing the number 44. And it's been a jersey that's since been retired for the Broncos, retired for Syracuse. I wore 33 in high school and it's retired. I wore 77 in military school and it's retired. So I don't have a jersey now that anybody's wearing. But I enjoyed wearing the number 44. You had one there.
Yes, I was wondering, now that you've accomplished all of your goals that you had early in life, what is your goal now?
I love that. That's a good one. Thank you for that. That's why I'm here. To inspire all the athletes, student athletes now, who I see on a regular. Not only football players, I think I've had more conversations with our field hockey team and our ladies basketball team. But when they come to see me, they sit by and they look at some of the things that I've got displayed on the wall, and they go, wow. And I tell them, I said, you would like to reach the same level or equal level? Yes. I says, if I tell you how to do it, will you do it? They said, yes. I said, no, you won't. Because the price is too high a price to pay. You're not willing to make the sacrifices. You're not willing to be committed. You may have drive, determination, you can be dedicated, but that don't matter if you're not willing to make the sacrifice. See, I've made the sacrifice for 4 years so that I can enjoy 50 years. Is it worth it? Of course it is. So I have an opportunity to visit with, I was at a basketball game last night, went in the locker room. Jim Boeheim went to school with me, I know Jim. Bernie Fine, his assistant. I went to the men's locker room yesterday and said a little prayer with all the basketball players, gave a big hug. And that's what they want to see. That's what I enjoy. They see me, they see someone who has been through this process, who have made it in spite of all the obstacles, who become a Hall of Famer, not only for college, but the AFL and the NFL, and 5 other Hall of Fame around the country, Gator Bowl Hall of Fame, Denver Hall of Fame, Colorado Sports Hall of Fame, Sugar Bowl Hall of Fame. They've seen the success that I've had, and they want to know how did I do it. Here's how you do it. Gotta make a sacrifice. Gotta give up those negative friends. Gotta give up those negative behavior. Gotta believe in you. Gotta challenge yourself every day. You gotta strive to be the best that you can be. Every day. Take no prisoners and enjoy your life.
I hope you can begin to understand why throughout his career, Mr. Little has enjoyed retired numbers everywhere he's been. But he's neither retiring nor retired. And I think we want to give him one more welcome and thanks for being here.
Well, there you go, son.